How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm with the Geekiary,
Great.
and we deal mostly with fandom, and I specifically write about like diversity issues, women's issues, and then LGBTQ.
Me too.
All of that. So, exactly. And that was like, this would be perfect. But I actually got to kind of catch you out here. But first of all, style, love it. Love the sweater, love the necklace, love the nails, everything. Fantastic. How did you, so you were kind of telling the other girl just about not necessarily translating the humor, because when I was watching the trailer, I was like, seems very British, but not British. I was like, but with a little bit of an edge. And I was like, is he Australian?
I think it's just mine, you know?
Yeah,
it's
and
just like,
I think that's so interesting that you kind of are just like, I'm presenting myself, and people are buying it. And that's an awesome feeling. Whereas 5-10 years ago, do you think that would have been the thing?
It's interesting 5-10 years ago. I mean, Please Like Me, I made 7 years ago. And the amount of like kerfuffle that was made about me being gay in that show was wild. And I don't think I realized when I was in it how insane it was. But looking back and comparing it to like how much people want to talk about me being gay now, it's like very different. And I mean, the shift in attitude towards gay people, just in that 7 years, has been so huge. Right. It just has.
Well, you know what's interesting? So with our current administration, you know, it starts from the top down. So they're saying that more kids are, since 2016, the number of kids who have become tolerant of other lifestyles, quote unquote, is actually going down. And so it's so interesting to see shows like that. Freeform is key at it, at bringing shows with like explicit diversity, but told in almost a casual manner. Like, yeah, I'm gay, that's part of it. Yes, I'm neurodivergent, that's part of it. Do you feel kind of a responsibility to show that, or is it just kind of you doing your thing?
Yeah, for me, it's just like what I'm interested in.
Right.
And I mean, like, I'm gay on this show because I'm gay, and I don't think I would do a very good job of playing straight.
Right.
Like, I'm not Meryl Streep, you know? I don't think I could pull off such a character
If only.
Yeah. So, like, I'm gay in it, and it was never like, I think it was just never a choice. And the same way being gay isn't a choice. Me being gay on the show wasn't a choice. And then, I mean, definitely, like, having a character in the lead that's on the spectrum was, like, an active choice because I felt like it was insane that girls without autism just are not represented. They're not underrepresented. They're zero.
Exactly.
I mean,
well, I think people don't understand
where they title it anyway.
Right.
And then so I feel like, so that was that, and I just thought that was interesting. I thought it would be like creatively compelling.
I just think it's a really interesting show. I really love what you're doing. Kids are foreign objects to me now, and it makes me so sad because I was like, oh yeah, I'm in that, you know, I'm in the thing. And then you kind of get to a generation where you're like, oh, they're not writing shows for me anymore. You know, and I was like, this wasn't geared. This is not my demographic. But I've watched kids watch your show.
Yeah.
And they get it in a way that is interesting. What kind of methods do you use to kind of tap into that generation? I kind of asked a little bit during the panel.
Yeah.
But just in terms of like, are you talking to them, kind of asking them what's up? Are you observing them? Or are you just kind of being like, look, they're going to like what I like?
Yeah, I just write what I like, and I like hope people come to me on it, honestly.
Right.
I think if I tried to, and we did, like I sort of clumsily tried to answer the panel, like, we did try and get more like youthful and try and work out what kids are doing now, and I realized like, that's not going to work. That's going to seem inauthentic. And if you just write from a place of like,
well, did you have anyone come up to you and be like, we don't say dope anymore? You know, like,
yeah, but we were kind of in that. But I was like, no, that's not what that's not what teenagers are going to connect to. They're going to connect to like the emotion of what it's like to be a teenager. And I just wrote out the same way I wrote me, basically, which is how I write everybody.
That's awesome.
So I just don't think about it that much. I don't write with an audience in mind. I mean, I've met 2 girls that watched the show when they were in labor. You know, I can't take that into account.
Right.
I can't know what's going to go on with people, you know.
You just got to do what you do.
People who watched the show when they were going through a breakup, people watched the show as like their new like couple show and they just started being together. You know, you just can't really know who's going to watch it or where they're coming from, and I think you can drive yourself crazy second guessing it.
So it's just about making the show kind of specific in a way that kind of makes it accessible.
Yeah, it's a slice of life that I understand, just shown as best as I can and kind of ignoring the audience.
Awesome.
To be honest.
Well, thank you so much
Thanks
for
so
taking this time to talk to me. I
Nice
enjoyed
to
the
meet
show,
you.
and I look forward to watching more of it and
Thanks.
telling all the babies to do the
Thanks.
same.